Hey, Gems.
Hey, Gems.
Thank you for tuning in to Xclusive Gems podcast.
Yes, it's your favorite sisters here, Stephanie.
Kedna.
Welcome back. So today we have a great topic for you guys, but as you know, we're going to give you guys some time to get some wine or whatever it is that you want to sip on. Disclaimer, if you are under the age of 21, we don't want you drinking any type of alcohol, liquor, whatever the case may be. Get yourself some tea, get yourself some water, but not liquor. My sister and I are over the age of 21. We are old enough to drink. If you are not old enough to drink, do not get any type of alcoholic beverage to drink with us. So we're going to give you guys 30 seconds to pour yourself up a cup and come back. Welcome back. So Kedna's gonna go ahead and introduce the topic we're gonna be talking about.
Definitely. Okay, guys. Today we're going to speak about modern expectations in today's society.
In terms of relationships.
Yeah, definitely in terms of relationships. We're only talking about relationships today. So what sparked this conversation is the simple fact that my sister and I, we really don't agree. Basically, the terms and conditions of today's society and relationships, we think it's really whack. We think it's it needs to go. It definitely needs to go. It's definitely outdated, and I think that we should put an end to it because initially, I feel like in today's society, in this contract pretty much that we're in, when we're in a partnership, today's woman is putting so much more than they're actually getting. So it's definitely, frustrating that that's happening. And it's definitely frustrating that it's today's norm. That's what is expected from us. Mm-hmm. So we definitely need to put that to an end.
And what we say by, there's so much more expectation from the women's aspect is the fact that we're talking about, women are expected to cook, clean, if you have kids, make sure your kids are okay, as well as bringing 50% into the household, putting in 50-50. And we're not saying every relationship is like this, no, and to each his own, what works for you. But what we are saying is that we don't think it's fair that it seems as if women are supposed to be just here and do any and everything while men are supposed to just bring in their 50% and not really contribute to anything that's going on in the household.
Exactly. Yeah. It just seems like women were supposed to, and I'm kind of going to repeat what you just said, but in my own way, but it seems like exactly what you just said, that women were here to basically be the responsible adults.
Yes.
And take care of the household while the man is just there. Mm-hmm. All is necessary for him to do is just to be there. Where I feel like that's not right. And I think as women, we should have higher standards and we should definitely expect more from men. We shouldn't just expect them to go to work and just bring 50% of the income. And then what? What else is he responsible for? Honestly, if you really want to talk about it, then what's the point? What's the point of having you here? I understand.
I'll be doing it by myself.
And I definitely understand that the older generation of men, they were mowing lawns. They were the handymans in the house. They were doing all of the handy things. We're talking about today's men. Today's men aren't handy. They don't even know how to use a freaking drill. Yeah, so what are you bringing? And there's this conversation that men are asking women, what are you bringing to the table if you want me to be the provider? The woman is literally the balance in the household. Without the woman, there isn't any balance. Mm-hmm. So let's keep that in mind. The woman's role is always important because we have no choice but to play an important role. Society puts so much on us. I think if you're going to do a 50-50 relationship, then the roles need to be 50-50.
Exactly,
not just
50-50.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Not just bills. I shouldn't be the only one washing the dishes. I shouldn't be the only one taking care of the kids. And I should definitely not be the only one doing laundry and such.
Cooking and all of that stuff. Like every single thing should be 50-50. And I should not be the one to have to tell you that either. Like if you want me to bring 50-50 into the household, that's cool. Whatever, I'll work. That's fine. I'll get my bread, but you should be doing 50-50 things too.
We give men too much leeway. If I'm with a man, I need him to be on his stuff. I need you to be on your stuff. I need you to be a responsible adult. I cannot just be the responsible one just because I'm a woman and society tells you I'm the one that needs to be responsible for the household. That's so backwards.
Honestly, I would not mind being responsible for the household at all. But what I'm saying is that you cannot expect me to be responsible of the household and be responsible to bring in half of the income in the household. Like if you're like, well, you know what? I'm the man, I'll be the provider. If you want to play that role, like how it was back in the day, you want to play that role, like I'm the man, I'll be the provider. You stay at home, take care of the household. Even if you don't have kids, you can still stay home, take care of the household. Make sure the house is clean. Make sure there's dinner ready, breakfast, whatever the case may be. If that's the roles if that's what works for our partnership, then that's just what works for our partnership, and I'll be down for that. What we're saying is me being responsible of the household. And also on top of that, having to work 80 hours every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm doing I literally, why are you here?
I can't be doing all of that because think about it. Cleaning and cooking is another full-time job. If you're doing that every day, that's another full-time job.
It is. And you're cleaning and cooking every day. You gotta eat every day, and you gotta clean up every day. If you're cooking, you have to clean up after yourself when it comes to the kitchen.
Or at least you should. Like, you don't have to, but I would expect you to be doing that.
I mean, you should be cleaning up every single day. Like sweeping, mopping, whatever the case may be. Fixing your bed. You lay in bed every day. Fixing up the room. Like, that's literally every day. Doing laundry takes me forever. Exactly. So like me working 8 hours a day, and you could say like, yeah, you're at work for 8 hours, but the time that it takes you to get up in the morning, get ready, go to work, come back home, change, shower and all that stuff, that's 12 hours right there. Like, I'm sorry. And plus there's 8 hours of the day that is recommended for you to sleep, and there's only 24 hours in a day. So on top of that, you gotta cook, clean. If you have kids, take care of the children. It's like, okay, so what are you doing? Well, you're asking me what am I bringing to the table? What I'm bringing to the table is all my skills, boo-boo. What are you bringing to the table besides your income?
Exactly. And I think it's funny that men are asking women what they bring to the table, because it's just like, well, what do you bring to the table? Because if you think about it, today's modern men can't even treat a woman the way she needs to be treated. And a lot of men cannot even please a woman and, be romantic towards a woman. So just like, you want to ask a woman what they bring to the table, but what are you bringing to the table? Are you bringing romance? That's important. Are you bringing affection? Are you bringing emotional intelligence?
Yeah.
Are you bringing household skills? As a man, you should have household skills as well. It shouldn't just be a woman that knows how to cook and clean. If you don't know how to cook for yourself, you don't know how to clean for yourself, then that just tells me you need a woman in your life. Okay? You need a woman in your life.
There's a difference between needing and wanting. If you need something, then it's like, okay, what are you going to be doing for me? If you want something, it shows that you're able to do it yourself, but you want that companionship. And I think that's where it's very, very important, because when you want a companionship, then it's like, you actually want to serenade the person. You're going to bring that romance. You're going to bring your best self forward. But when you need something, you're going to come as you are. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with being who you are or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, you have to have, just like Kedna said, you have to have those type of skills so that, like, we want to be with you. We don't want to have to take care of an adult. Like, we don't want that. We want to be romance. We want to be in a partnership with somebody. Like, personally, I want to be with somebody who I can learn from and just have fun with. I don't want to have to be on your ASS about, oh, help me with this, help me with this, help me with this. Like, I really should not have to tell you to help me with something. You should be a man and know, like, oh, you know what, you're my woman, I'm gonna help you with this. You see what I mean? Like, I agree. Like, I shouldn't have to tell you to do these things. You should know. And even if I do have to tell you and I communicate that with you, I should not have to tell you more than one time. Like, this is what I need help with, or this is what I like. So you just go out of your way to do it. Like, I would go out of my way to do anything for the person that I'm with.
Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with telling a partner how you want to be loved. But the only concern for me is that I feel like a lot of women have to tell men how to treat them, you know, and it's just the basics. I feel like I shouldn't have to baby you and tell you step by step how to treat me as a woman. You should be mature enough to know how to love somebody. I'm not saying people are going to be perfect, but why do a lot of women have to, you know, ask their man for flowers? I think that's very whack. I'm not even gonna lie, that's whack to me. Why should I have to ask you for flowers?
Exactly. It should just be, you know what, I'm out, I'm gonna get my woman some flowers. I know she loves flowers. Like, every woman, I don't care what you say, every woman loves flowers. I really don't care. You could try to put on this act like, nah, I don't like flowers, I don't care if my man does that for me. Like, no. If your man out of the blue came home from work one day and you were home, that even if, let's say you didn't even have a bad day, you had a good ass day, your man just bring you some flowers, like, hey babe, I got you some flowers, you're gonna be like, damn, like, you were thinking about me, you got me flowers. It's going to make you feel good. It's gonna make you feel good because it makes us feel good when we know other people are thinking about us, especially the people that we love. Like, they were thinking about us to the point where they got us something. Like, dang, that feels really good.
Definitely.
So you can't sit here and be like, oh, I don't care if my man does for me, whatever. If you don't care if your man does for you, why are you with him?
Exactly. That is so true. And that's a good question to ask. Like, if you don't need nothing from a man, then why are you really with him?
Yeah.
I know if I want somebody in my life, if I want a man in my life, I need him to add to the value that I already have.
Yes.
To the experience I already have.
Exactly.
And if you can't, then, you know, then I really don't need you around.
Exactly. And we were talking about this the other day when I was saying, like, what the type of men I want in my life is the type of men that's gonna treat me better than I treat myself. And I treat myself hella good, so my bar is like very high, you know. So if you can't at least match or like surpass the way I treat myself, why would I want to be with you?
Exactly.
Why would I want to be with you? You're literally not adding anything to my life. What are you adding to my life?
I already know, like, I need, and it's not even just skills that you need to bring in a relationship. These are basic life skills. You should know how to clean up after yourself as a man, and you should definitely know how to cook for yourself as a man. Because let's say, God forbid, you're with a woman and she passes away and you guys have children together.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to need another woman just so the house can be clean and someone can cook.
Take care of your kids.
That's what. Learn how to cook. Learn these basic life skills. I don't understand. And how are you guys surviving without knowing how to cook and clean? I think that's very immature. I'm sorry.
It is. And there's so many different ways you can learn how to cook. You can take cooking classes.
Exactly.
You can go on YouTube. Like, that's free at least. Like, there's so many ways.
Exactly.
Like, if your parents didn't teach you, you can learn on your own. But that's only if you're willing. If you're not willing and you're just looking for a woman or whoever that's able to do that, to come and do that for you.
I'm so sorry, sis, but at that point, you're not looking for a woman. You're looking for a maid.
You're looking for a provider, a caregiver.
You're looking for a maid.
Literally, yeah.
You're literally looking for a maid. You're not looking for someone who's going to match you and and compliment you. You're looking for a maid. It's ridiculous.
That's true.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And women aren't here to be maids. Women are here to be partners. And like we said, like, we want to be we want to be in a partnership, not in a relationship where we're feeling like we're giving more than we're receiving.
Yeah.
You know, like, I feel like a lot of women nowadays they give 75 to 80%.
Yeah.
Because they're working. They're taking care of the household. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're doing that.
Just like men do not like to be used for their money, women don't like to be used for their basic survival skills as well, such as cooking, cleaning, you know, being innovative, keeping the house together, keeping the balance in the household. Yeah, these are skills that we bring to the table that a lot of men tend not to have.
Yeah.
So if you're going to ask women, what do they bring to the table? Okay, what type of men are you? What are you bringing to the table? Can you match my skills?
Yeah, love that.
And when I say my skills, I'm not talking about my woman skills that only a woman, you know,
would have.
I'm talking about basic life skills. Are you making the same amount as me financially or more? Can you cook for me if I was to be ill one day? Can you clean if I'm on my monthly and I can't get up, or I don't feel like I want to get up? Can you cater to me like I can cater to you? You know, I think we need to stop allowing men to just get away with so much. Honestly, they're getting away with a lot.
I feel like they're getting away with everything.
Next time I go into a relationship, one of the first things I'm going to find out is, can you cook? Because if you cannot cook, you can't do anything for me outside of what I can do for myself.
That's true.
If all you're here for is bills, I'm sorry, sweetheart, I can pay my own bills. Or I can find a man that can cook and clean.
And pay my bills.
And pay the bills.
Yeah.
So what are you necessarily bringing to the table? Because I hate that they're asking women that, but it's just like, come on now. Come on, like, we are the household. You know, it doesn't mean that we're the head of the household, but we're the ones that keep the household together.
That's true.
You know, in most instances, you know, like, I don't want to speak for
every household.
Yeah, but in most instances, that is it. And God bless the woman that has the man that's taking care of the whole household, because that's a blessed one right there.
You better keep him.
Like, I'm tired that society are making these men believe that, you know, these are women's skills, because it's not.
That's what we're supposed to bring to the table. That's what we're supposed to do. No, it's not what we're supposed to do for you. It's what we're supposed to do for us. Yeah, we can come together and we can do it, but how about we do it together?
Yeah. I realized, because I am single at the moment, and just dating around, talking to different people out there, you know, some of the first questions that men will ask, like, oh, you know how to cook? Or, you know, they probably won't say it so bluntly like that, but they make their way into it, you know? So, or like when I'm like, oh, well, I'm cooking something to eat, and they're like all hyped up. Well, sweetheart, why are you hyped up?
I'm not cooking for you. You're not.
Exactly.
What?
Because honestly, when I'm dating, I'm not cooking for no man. You're not my husband.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Why do men feel so entitled to these things that women can do? Like cook and clean. Why do you feel entitled to that? That's what blows me. You know, or when a man find out like you can clean or you like to clean, you know, they get all hyped up. Why are you getting hyped? I'm cleaning my own home.
Yes.
This skill isn't for you. You need to learn your own set of skills, your own set of survival skills, because you can't take me and feel like you're going to make me a maid. Well, put me in a home and feel like you're going to make me a maid. It's
not my responsibility to take care of you. I'm not your mom.
Exactly.
I'm not your mom. I'm your partner. I'm not responsible for cooking for you. I'm not responsible for cleaning up after you. Like, you know, I don't mind cleaning up and things like that when I'm in a relationship. But you have to know how to clean up after yourself. I shouldn't be picking up your socks everywhere. I shouldn't be washing your dishes all the time. Like, you need to help with these necessary things. Because like you said, like, society, I feel like a lot, it's been coming out a lot. I've been seeing it on social media a lot lately. Like, oh, women always want to ask what men are bringing to the table, but what are you bringing to the table besides your genitals? And I'm like, okay, what are you guys bringing to the table besides your genitals?
Exactly.
And paying the bills? What are you, like, you guys are making it seem like what we do is not essential when that's all you guys go after.
Exactly. That's what you guys need to almost survive and live a fulfilled life. You guys live off of our skills.
Basic skills.
Yeah, like, come on now. That I love how you mentioned it, because that does happen a lot. And I feel like, yeah, a lot of men say, well, you know, a lot of women expect us to pay the bills, and it's just like, yeah, because a lot of you guys don't do anything else or can't do anything else. A lot of you men out there don't know how to mow the lawn. We have to call a mowing company.
Don't know how to fix a toilet.
All of that takes,
call the plumber.
All of that takes money.
It takes money. And you guys get mad when we're saying, oh, well, men should pay all the bills. I mean, you want us to cook, right? You want us to clean, right? So why can't you take care of the bills?
Exactly.
You can't, like Kedna said, you can't do any landscaping, so we have to call a landscaping company to come mow our lawn. You can't do any type of plumbing work, so we got to call a plumber to fix whatever is broken around the house. You can't do any electrician work, whereas back in the day, men knew how to do those things.
Exactly.
Like, can you please do better?
They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean.
Oh my god.
And don't get me wrong, this isn't an attack on men, but we're trying to show you guys how to see it from our perspective. So as a woman in this society, for us to feel like we're gaining from something, we're going to expect the bills to be paid. I'm sorry, but
something.
That's how we're gaining from it, you know? everything at the end of the day, although a partnership is two people who come together, we have to benefit from each other at the end of the day.
Benefiting from each
you know,
other.
As a man, most likely you're not choosing a woman who can't cook and clean and take care of herself. Why? Because you cannot benefit from that. And a lot of men today aren't even choosing women who don't work.
Yeah.
Why? Because you don't benefit from it.
That's
so why
true.
do you think that as a woman that we're going to want to be in a situation, I'm going to call it a situation because it is, that we're not really benefiting from it? Why would we want to be in a situation where we're paying 50-50 of the bills and then doing everything else?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not if you're good at math, that's not adding up.
Something has to
Something's
give.
off.
Yeah.
You know?
Something has to give. Either like, yeah, you guys, and I'm not opposed to women working. Like, no. Women can work as well as the men can work.
Women should work. Women should get their own money.
I agree.
Yeah.
And they can also help pay the bills. Yes. But what we're saying is that if you want things to be 50-50, it should actually be 50-50. 50-50 is not only about paying bills. That's not 50-50 because that's not that's not the only thing that the household needs.
Exactly.
The household needs someone to cook. The household needs someone to clean up. The household needs someone to do laundry. Like, that's not it. It's not just bills. So help. Like, actually let it be 50-50. Hey, you do this, I'll do this. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, this is what I'm in charge of. It could just be like an everyday thing, like, oh, hey, like, I see you washing dishes, I'll get started on laundry, or I'll sweep and mop the house, or something. I'll clean up the room, like, like something. Don't just be like, okay, well, I'm working, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
And I also want to mention, too, that when we're saying 50-50, that's even outside of the actual physical things in the household, but let's also talk about emotional support, like a woman, and this isn't in a relationship, but if I'm giving you a good amount of myself, I expect you to meet me halfway.
Yes.
If I am a mature adult, I expect you to meet me halfway. So we're talking about, when we say 50-50, we're talking about all the way, baby. You have to meet me halfway.
Yeah.
Meet me halfway, okay? I cannot be the only one, doing all of these things. And then try to say you're not a good woman if you're not doing this, But we're done with that.
Yeah.
I think the modern day women, we're waking up, and I wish more women will wake up. You guys want to be kids. You guys want the woman in your life to treat you like your mother.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. And I definitely feel like before anybody gets together, and this is like a really big thing for me, before you get together, live alone. And then visit his house. See how his house looks. Exactly. Is his house clean or is it dirty?
Exactly.
Is he able to keep up with himself? Is he able to cook for himself? How is he surviving?
Exactly.
Is he ordering Uber Eats or what's the other ones? DoorDash or whatever?
Yeah,
all the time. Or is he actually cooking for himself? What is he cooking?
Exactly.
Like it's little things like that I feel like that's very important. And I love the fact that you brought up, like, we're not only talking about physical aspects when we talk about 50-50, we're also talking about emotional, because emotional and mental is very important when it comes to that.
Everything.
I thought about all of that.
Yeah.
It's very important when it comes to a relationship because, like, you need all of that stuff.
Like we always say, if you're going to get into a relationship, make sure you're a whole individual instead of half of a person. Work on yourself, be alone for a while and figure your things out. Because a lot of today's relationship is based off of survival only.
Yeah.
So women are getting together with men for financial support, and men are getting together with women for all of the
basic
nurturing, motherly support.
Yeah, that's true.
So, at that point, we're not together because we want a partnership. We're together because we need to survive, and ultimately that's never going to get you any further than where it started you, So definitely think about that and definitely look into it before you get into a relationship. Today's version of what a relationship is, the modern society version, is crap. And I think a lot of people have their own personal opinions on it. But at the end of the day, just do what's best for you and do what works for you. I truly wish that more women would step into their power and not allow a man into their lives if that man cannot meet them halfway. Because it's not just, you can't just think because you're a woman, you're the one that has to cook and clean. If you want to talk about 50-50, let's really talk about it, And that's really what it is. 50-50 is all around. 50-50 is that we get together and make this work to make a complete partnership. Yeah. You know, make a complete whole circle. Like we said, we're not against 50-50, but I think we really need to figure out what is 50-50 really. Because for some people, 50-50 is the man's paying all of the bills and the woman's taking care of all of the household stuff. That's 50-50 for them. And to some people, you know, they're going 50-50 on rent, whatever the household, they're splitting that in half. And then they're also splitting the household chores in half as well. 50-50, perfect. But then you have these dysfunctional, uneven, unbalanced dynamics that society is pushing and promoting. And making us think that that's okay
when it's not okay.
And that's why a lot of women are drained.
Ladies, you should not be drained at the end of the day. Like, I'm gonna let you know that right now. You should not be drained at the end of the day. Like, I understand, like, you go to work, you have a hard day, whatever the case may be. Let me tell you something. Men, if you're watching, listen to this. A lot of the women do not want to have sex with you because at the end of the day, after they went to work for 8 hours, they came home and had to cook you dinner and had to clean up the house and clean up after you. They don't want to have sex. They are tired. They want to rest because they have to get up in the morning and go to work again. So if you want sex, help.
Exactly.
You just have to help us lighten our load and make things easy for us. Actually make it 50-50.
Don't add to our baggage, because if you think about it, we could have been on our own doing that.
Exactly.
To be honest with you, that ends not just with me and my children and you and your children, but we have to put it to an end, because this is just going to keep on going, and you're going to have a lot of frustrated, tired women. You know? And then they always want to say that women are bitter, they're angry. Well, why do you think we're angry? Why do you think we're bitter? Because, like,
we're doing everything.
And you don't see it.
Yeah, the only thing we're not doing is bringing the other 50-50 of income that you're bringing in. But we're literally doing everything else. You want us to bring 50. You like, it's so funny because it's like, how are we going to do this? Okay, we're going to do 50-50. Oh, you meant 50-50 on income, on bills. You didn't mean 50-50 on household.
On everything.
Yeah. Like, that's all you meant. Like, 50-50, but you're not helping me with anything. Like,
if your dynamic works for you, then it works for you.
We also want to let you guys know this is not an attack to men and whatever. We're simply just speaking on how we feel society has pushed these unrealistic expectations for women. Like, women have to do this, women have to do that, and whatever. And the men are now hopping onto that bandwagon. Like, what are you bringing to the table? Okay, since you guys want to come at us and ask us what we're bringing to the table, we're coming here and asking you what are you bringing to the table besides sex and besides half your income.
Honestly, if you want to talk about a relationship duo, that's the bare minimum.
That is. And that's what a lot of them bring.
I think it also boils down to, like, how mature are, you know, the men that you're dealing with too, because some men just aren't mature. I feel like mature men get it. We're not attacking you. We're honestly, in a sense, educating you on how to be in an adult relationship,
in an actual partnership. That's what a partnership looks like. Like, people talk about relationships. I don't even want to call anything that I get into a relationship anymore. I want to call it a partnership, because we are partners. We are coming together. We're two whole individuals coming together as partners, and we are benefiting from each other. We are adding value to each other's lives. We're not taking from it. We're not only taking and not giving. Like, we are adding value to each other's lives. So partnership.
Yeah, and I love how you said that. I think a lot of us need to be in more partnerships instead of these, like I said, mother-son relationships, because a lot of you guys are in mother-son relationships right now.
Your eyes so you can see it.
You know, you're a maid. You're being used as a servant, because the moment you stop doing this, or the moment you guys break up, what do you think he's going to do? Well, not even that, but he's just going to find another woman to do the same thing.
That's true.
So you need to really find men who love you for you. You know, what's this what am I bringing to the table deal? So
why do you even ask that? If we're in a partnership,
that's weird.
If you're trying to be with me, why are you asking me what am I bringing to the table?
Exactly.
Why are you asking me that?
Exactly.
Like, really?
Initially, if you courted me and you decided that you wanted to be with me, how are you going to ask, what do I bring to the table? As if you're not the one that courted me and wanted to be with me. So the fact that you courted me and you don't know what I bring to the table tells me a lot about you. you're just courting a woman that you don't see any potential in. And that's off to me. That shows me a lack of maturity.
Thank you guys for tuning in and watching, listening. We're gonna end it here, and I hope you enjoyed our gem talk, and hopefully you'll be back for more. So Kedna, this is our last episode of the season.
Yes, I'm glad you brought it up because I feel like I would have forgot. This is the last episode, so thank you guys for sticking with us through this whole series. We're very grateful for all of the support and all of the love. We're hopping to number 3. And keep a lookout for next Sunday because we actually have an announcement in regards to series 3.
Yeah, hopefully you guys tune in to season 3 as well. And trust me, you're gonna like it. You're gonna want to tune in. You don't want to miss it. So
season 3 is going to be juicy.
It's very juicy.
It's going to be
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
very juicy. 3.
We're executing, guys. Okay, so definitely stay tuned, and season 3 is coming up on our next gym talk, guys.
Yes, thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys. Until next time.
Bye.